We do see a lot of appetite for the region from the global investors who are looking for top-line growth. And so Asia, in spite of all the ups and downs of the economy, still remains a very attractive region. The other thing we see because of that appetite is the increasing importance of cross-border deals, meaning investors from other countries taking shares in local companies. And we believe that is adding a lot of value to all the players on the market, whether they're investors, advisors who can access a wider scope of investors, and the companies who are looking for the best exit or the best investors and the best acquirers. The goal of FinQuest is really to connect those three categories of players: global institutional investors, reputable M&A advisors, and mid-sized companies, and to help make the deals happen and to help create the right connections at the right moment. And this is so difficult for any single player to monitor the entire universe of potential contacts that would be interesting in their deals, for instance. Their challenge is, when you're an entrepreneur and you've been building a company for 15, 20 years in your geography, whether it's Indonesia, Singapore, Vietnam, you have been working so hard to build a company, and at some point you have a life-defining moment when you're trying to sell your company. And so then the question is, to whom are you going to talk to? Are you sure you're talking to the right persons to help you? Are you sure you're meeting the right investors or the right potential buyers? And we've found many entrepreneurs who actually were in that situation, and that's extremely hard for them. So we figured that would be a great idea to be able to connect them with the 2 or 3 potential best advisors that we feel would be the most suitable for them, that would help them most in their project. And that's really the mission, is to be able to help entrepreneurs maximize the work of a lifetime, basically. Well, you do have a big variety of types of investors. You have the private equity who's been operating in the region for the last 10, 15 years, so they're very localized, they already have a strong network. And you have other categories of investors for whom there is a growing importance of direct investments. And this is rather new for some categories, like family offices, for instance, are trying to do more and more direct investing. So they need to have more access to the market. And that's a very difficult thing to do, to basically find the right opportunities, be connected to the right people. They may be looking for something very specific in which the family has made a fortune in another country or even in the region, and they may also be looking at diversifying their portfolio. And for that, they would like to be connected with other similar-minded investors that are looking to similar opportunities, so they can combine together and do a club deal. The economic challenge for those players is actually to make sure they can maximize the execution of the deal and make it shorter, faster, and at a better valuation. And to be able to do that, I almost say that every single player may have 1,000 potential contacts they would be working with. We're trying to demultiply that market access to investors, and trying to be very specific in matching the demands from the deals and from the M&A advisors, so they can get connected faster with people who are really interested. We basically capture the information from all those players, and just by knowing this information and by creating the right matching opportunities, we create a lot of value. When you look at the mid-market segment, which is basically, we define that as being the deals between $5 million US to $150 million US. And if you look at this segment for mid-market companies that doesn't have access to the public market as sources of financing, and that doesn't have really access to the early stage financing, only 0.7% of those companies are actually private equity backed, which gives an idea of the potential for players to penetrate that segment, obviously provided it's an attractive segment. And we actually believe that the potential for growth for the mid-market is actually huge, and so we do believe that it's a very strong asset class.